All right, so we have the legendary Alex Simmons representing right now.
I was actually sitting here with all of my books, enjoying another person's book, right? Because Brother Man is here. Both Daoud and David are here in the building, so it's a great place to be. But again, talking about myself for a moment, I'm the writer of Blackjack, creator of Blackjack, an African-American soldier of fortune, 1930s. Oh, thank you. Okay, an African-American soldier of fortune in the 1930s, and the brother is showing you that. And I've been doing the book for a number of years and have a great following. And I've been blessed to be able to work with a number of really great artists, such as Tim Fielder, John Jennings, Jamal Igle, Eric Battle, and Stephen Harris, and the list goes on and on and on. So what you're seeing is a result of my imagination, my desire to create an African-American hero for everybody, and also to bring forth some information about the history that has been sort of sequestered, smothered, forgotten, overlooked through all these various decades, by going back and showing a more responsible and respectful representation of not only our culture, but other people of color in terms of their culture, their beliefs, and their heroes and villains. A few years ago, I was fortunate enough to be able to work with Archie Comics. I was brought in to do a number of books with them, and what you're looking at there is the graphic novel, The Cartoon Life of Chuck Clayton, which Archie Comics, as a matter of fact, their president, Mike Pellerito, said to me, "I understand you teach comics to kids and everything. We have Chuck Clayton, who's this cool character that we've had for years, who loves to draw comics, wants to be a pro when he grows up. Can you come up with a story where he tries to teach, creating comics to kids or adults or whatever?" And I said, "Can I come up with one story? Are you kidding? I can come up with a bunch because I've been doing this for years." So they allowed me to do four different stories, where Chuck is having both fun and frustration with teaching how to create comics to children and adults. And at the same time, there's a little bit of my own curriculum in there. And then I also have, I know you're filming my poster, but I also have a new book that I've done with a partner, Liz Sheehan, and this is the Art of Making Comics. This is a new book that's just come out, and it really does, in terms of the basics, show you how to create comics from idea to publishing, either hard copy or in the digital world.
One of your Blackjack covers, you have him jumping a motorcycle with two guns in his hands, and I posted it on my website. I thought it was a great illustration. What was the inspiration behind that? Because we have a lot of BMXers and bike riders on my website. So what was the inspiration behind that one?
Well, there's a couple of things. First and foremost, both myself and the artist Tim Fielder loved Jim Steranko's work with Marvel, with Sergeant Fury, or Nick Fury rather, when he was doing the S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff. We also are fans of some of the characters that we've seen over the years on motorcycles, and the action sequences with motorcycles are always exciting. And then also, Blackjack, we're really trying to create a dynamic hero. In this case, even a dynamic American hero. He globetrots and everything, but he represents America as much as Captain America or anybody else. And so to have him doing spectacular things, spectacular action sequences, is something you go for, because you want the audience to get it. Yeah, this guy can pull it off. This guy is dynamic, he's fun, he's exciting, and we want to follow his adventures. So that sequence was really a little bit of my description, but a lot of what Tim and his visual dynamics brought to the scene. I've been on the back of a motorcycle. I am not one to steer one of those suckers. I drive a car pretty fast, but not a motorcycle. No, bicycles, oh yeah, absolutely. I've done bikes, but not motorcycles. And yes, I would like to do it, but that's on my bucket list. Okay. In terms of my website, it's blackjackadventures.com. So I will say that again, blackjackadventures.com. But then also, I do a thing called Kids Comic Con, which just celebrated its 10th year back in 2016. And so that's Kids Comic Con. That's KIDSCOMICCON.com. And both of these sites, Action Adventure with Blackjack on Blackjack Adventures, and then a lot of kid-friendly programming and events on the Kids Comic Con website. I do both. I carry myself across not only the country doing things like this, but I've also traveled to Europe and to Jamaica and to Africa, telling stories and trying to bring comics and storytelling to kids as well as adults.